Hey folks, Troy Dooley, the Beachside CEO down here in Miami. We're at the Lyoness headquarters. It's been I tell you what, I've just been absorbing like a sponge, but I've been honored today to get two guys that I have just become great friends with over the last year or two. John and I have been around this industry together. First time when able to really synergize. But John Constino, Craig Shapiro, you're in charge. No, you do your titles, man. These things are too long for me.
Well, you supersede me. Go ahead.
I'm John Constino, the Chief Networking Officer for North and South America.
Man, and then now yours is twice that long.
No. I'm Craig Shapiro. I am the SME Sales Director for the U.S. and Latin America.
All right, now here's what I love about this. You've been in this industry of direct selling. You've been in different industries utilizing that channel. You're my opinion, but many others in influence. You're an expert at what you do. Craig, on the other hand, no network marketing experience, financial advisor, deal with lots and lots of assets of other people's. And guys, listen, they've both come together at this company to do some crazy and amazing things because your strengths is not something that you've been familiar with.
Correct.
Your strengths is, and you don't get this all the time. How are you guys getting along now?
I will simply say this. My first hour at Lyoness back in January was spent in the office with Craig and my significant other and a few other people. And within 1 hour, I fell in love with the company. And it was because of the passion and the education and the experience that Craig brings from the merchant network.
Thank you.
You can't say anything but good things about it.
Nothing to say. Well, it is an interesting coming together. I learn from everybody every day. But, you know, someone asked me, what did I think about network marketing? It was actually Lyoness TV, and no one ever really asked me about that. Or,
That's a loaded question.
or how to define it. And I was on the spot, and I think what I said was that, you know, when people come together with a common goal and cause, they can do amazing things. And when someone does take the time to understand the Lyoness model and how the power of our shopping community can help the small businesses in any economy. Being a small business owner for many years, there's nothing quite like it, and we're saving businesses all across the world with just working with the network community, and everybody's getting along, I'd say.
Well, I like this, and John and I have talked on and off camera. The SME program is something that's the missing sauce or the missing ingredient, I think, in almost every company, if not
Absolutely.
the companies out there. And share a little bit of what you see first, John, but how the system kind of works and plays in tandem with the network marketing side of this thing.
Absolutely, and if you don't mind, this program speaks, the product that I am most excited about is the merchant network, because we now have a very real, very viable, and reasonably priced, I'll call it affordable product for every small business owner. I know I talked a lot, so I just want to...
And explain what SME stands for.
Yeah, it stands for small, medium-sized enterprise. And in Lyoness, they define an SME as any business with 10 locations or less, or 100 employees or less. And we can color outside of those lines, you know, a little
Sure.
bit. But to speak to John's point, I was a small business owner, and I had successes and I had failures. And I don't think that anybody truly realizes just how tough it is to make a business work. And there's really only two components that a business needs to have to prosper, and it's well documented. They need to retain their existing customer base.
Sure.
More than half of all of their sales come from their existing customer base, and they have to be able to attract new customers. There's something called customer attrition in any business. Your businesses, you're going to lose customers. So if a business doesn't have an active marketing campaign going on in place to not only retain their existing customers but to attract new ones, they're gonna lose business and unfortunately probably go out of business. The statistics are very sobering. You know, 85% of all small businesses are going to fail in the first year because of this issue, because of cash flow and under planning. And where the Lyoness loyalty program, which is what we call a rewards program, where that comes into play, that handles those two aspects of those needs for the business owner extremely well. When a small business joins our global shopping community, they tap into a global source of customers. And whether they're local in that area yet or not, it's only a matter of time before the community will eventually grow in that area. Or if they have a product that they can ship online, then they reach our virtual community. So we see great success that happens right when a small business joins the community. In addition to that, and one of the more exciting developments that's happened just in the past couple months is, now that the small business has joined our community and they're tapping off of the shopping that's going on, we've now given them tools. We've partnered with Salesforce. And Salesforce has, as you
You're talking about Salesforce.com?
Yeah, Salesforce.com.
Holy moly.
They're the #1 CRM provider in the world. And we actually have our own, Lyoness has their own consultant and or representative from Salesforce. And they're very excited about being in a partnership with us, because up until Lyoness, they haven't been in the loyalty rewards space at all and working with the small businesses in that capacity. So now our small business owners, and this is all included in that one-time inclusive fee, is we give them a suite of CRM products that allows them not only to analyze their existing customer base, to be able to see who their best customers are by demographic, how far away they live from them, but giving them the marketing tools once they've analyzed that data, how to reach out and market to them in a very quick and easy and efficient way. So now not only are our shoppers looking for merchants in the program, and that's the one thing that really separates Lyoness from any other program, is our community goes looking for the merchants. It's not the other way around where the merchants are paying for advertising and hoping that someone comes in the door.
Right.
We're going to find you. On the network marketing side, the cashback that the marketers get, that helps fuel their business model. So I don't need to tell his team, hey, you should get your dry cleaning from this dry cleaner as opposed to this dry cleaner, because when they shop at that dry cleaner, the cashback and the shopping points that they get helps fuel that business model. So the loyalty is there on that end of it. But now we're also giving the merchants the tools to actively market to that community also through things called shopping points. And Lyoness is this beautiful enclosed ecosystem. Lyoness doesn't waste money on advertising that doesn't do anything except promote the shopping within the community. And particularly with the SME program, all we do is we try to drive the local traffic to our small businesses. So when it's working and the network is strong, in the areas, and of course we're coming up on 5 million members worldwide, the small business starts firing on all cylinders. They're shopping for their own B2B expenses through Lyoness, and they're getting cash back. They've got new customers coming in the door because they're part of the program. They're reaching out to the shopping community, and we're giving them tools to attract new customers on a very cost-effective basis that they never had before. And like I've previously said, and it's very well documented, we have written and video testimonials from all across the world of how this is really just cracking the business model on its head.
Well, two things that I take away from this. One, for those that don't know, Salesforce.com was the first SaaS, software as a service company, to do $5 billion in annual sales. So we're not talking about some little bitty, we're talking about a giant mega company in the top echelons that partnered, not just a, hey, we're here, but partnered with you guys.
It's significant.
That's huge. And then I got to thinking, when you were talking about the closed ecosystem, so many times people go into a business, they get lousy service, and then nobody may hear about it, or they'll go tell their friends. Looking at what I'm seeing here, when your people are going out looking for merchants, the merchants are going to understand we got to do the best we can because these people all hang out together. They're going to be saying something.
They're going to be talking.
Yeah, quality comes up, looks like for everybody that way.
Yeah, and what I've tried to position with the company is, when you think of, there's a great marketing book, maybe you've read it, it's called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing.
I have it.
Do you? Great book. And if I said to you, name the top quality battery in the battery category, you'd probably say what?
Well, I would probably say Interstate Battery myself.
No, I meant little commercial battery.
Oh, the little battery.
Yeah.
Duracell would probably be at the top, yeah.
Right, and if I said...
So I'm thinking big, man. I'm looking out here at these boats saying, it's Interstate, let's roll, man.
And if we're talking about, automobiles, daily driving vehicles, and I said name, one or two of the top luxury cars. Not the sports cars, but the top luxury vehicles. Who would you say?
I'd say BMW at first and Mercedes.
BMW and Mercedes. So companies they own that space in our minds when we think of that product. So if I said to you, who's the premier company in the reward space in the small business community, probably nothing would come to your mind, but that's what we're doing. So we're looking in all of our marketing efforts, that category is there for the taking, so I'm taking it. I've decided.
You know,
so,
that's awesome.
But when you say that, and when you do it, then everything has to live up to that standard, like you're saying.
Absolutely.
The customer service, the training, everything. So we are and will continue to be the premier programming company in that space.
See, I love that. Now, going back to you for a minute, John, being that you're going to be the, whatever that giant title is. But
CNO.
You're a stud. Yeah, you're rolling this networking side of things, man. How do you see your team? How are you going to share this with traditional American networkers who may not get this?
I'll say it this way. It's easy once you get it, but you have to get it. And what I mean by that is everybody wants to explain Lyoness in a technical way. And really what Lyoness is simply, as Craig mentioned, bringing consumers and businesses together. And I guess the easiest way to say it is we're all old enough. We remember when it used to be grab a phone book and look something up.
Yeah.
And
just grab a phone book and start dialing, boy. I
Exactly.
remember those days.
And then it got replaced by the internet where we now Google stuff.
Yeah.
And the beauty of Lyoness, in my estimation, and feel free to correct me if you don't agree, but a Lyoness member doesn't Google anything anymore. A Lyoness member is going to pull up the app and see what merchants are in the area and then say, where can I go shop and spend my money?
I didn't get that until I came down here the first time. I go out to lunch, and before we ever leave the parking lot, up came the app, and then they said, hey, do you want Italian, you want Mexican, you want Greek, you want Cuban, what do you want? Because they're all merchants. And it's like, really?
Well,
I was blown away.
And it's really the power of the program and something that can't be understated. Because when a merchant joins, they don't just join locally. They become part of the global community, and
Correct.
they will pick up business from places that they never, ever, ever would have gotten business. I'll give you an example since we're in Miami. Not too long ago, we added a merchant here called Miami Golf. And you can go in there, it's a golf retail store. Within the first week of being in the program, there was a European Lyoness member who came to vacation in Miami, like many people do, and I guess he wanted to play golf. So what did he do? He did what every Lyoness member does when we travel. You fire up your app, and he found Miami Golf. The GPS, the global geo-tracking system, took them right there and dropped close to $2,000 right on the spot with that merchant, only because they were in the Lyoness program. That's a sale that merchant never, ever, ever would have had. And we have stories like this all around the world. And when the merchants understand that, when they see that they're desperately trying to get new customers, and again, the numbers and the statistics don't lie. It costs a small business owner 10 times more to get a new customer than it does to keep one. So now, for one fee, they can get our program, and I don't know, myself included, I don't know any other person or any other company that's out there working as hard to try to make the small business community successful.
Doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Well, I think it's
so
great.
I don't see, with that kind of focus and with the power of the network behind it, and that we're solving those problems for small businesses, how this can't be the largest company in the world.
I think it could be. Something I've seen, and it's probably about 3 years ago when I first started noticing, every year during the holiday season, one of the biggest headlines is how many people shop online,
Right.
and how the local business, takes a hit. And when I think of Lyoness, when I think of the online shopping, the local SME, it's like, okay, this can benefit, because there might be somebody offering a sale at their brick and mortar that portal too, and they're offering. They might make sales to where they're actually offsetting. They could make more money during a holiday season even.
Correct.
Because this is an ecosystem, as you said. I love that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to steal it. After 3 times, it's mine. So it's like, this is beautiful because okay, this really does help the community.
Right.
And I know we've talked about up there in Oregon, because just in I think you said a 50 to 100 mile radius, 10,000 customers shopping at almost 250 merchants.
Yeah, and growing.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, okay, this is America, 27 million, I think you said, small businesses. I'm thinking, okay, there's no saturation.
No.
You can go into any small community and everybody wants more business, and they want more shoppers, and they want to help, and they want cash back. They need the money.
Well, and it's not just that. You know, many of the merchants fall in love with the community as well. They open their businesses, their meeting rooms. There's always things going on because it is a network, so there's meetings that are always going on, and that brings more business in. They sponsor local events, so it allows the merchant not only to get their core concerns taken care of, which are new customers and keeping new ones, but it gets them involved in that community spirit where they're involved. And of course, with all of the shopping that happens in Lyoness, regardless if it's an SME or an online merchant, a percentage of that goes towards our charities. Which is the Green Affinity and the Child and Family Foundation. And we have people that join just for that, because finally they're involved in something and they know that it's good business and they're able to give back and help. So many things attract different people to Lyoness.
Well, and Craig brings this up, and I want you to know something that are watching this. Lyoness supports 100% the administrative cost of these charities. So the money that goes into all the projects inside the foundations, 100% goes out to do that charity work. It doesn't go to administrative costs. In America, looking at stats, 10 cents out of every dollar goes to the actual end user. The rest of it goes to administrative fees. It doesn't happen in these two foundations. And I think that shows a company putting their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, and they've accomplished some amazing things. I mean, it's well documented. We're building schools, we're educating children. And if you ask our founder, Hubert Friedel, that is the reason for the shopping community.
Oh, yes.
So there's a feel-good factor there for just about everybody, regardless of their part in it, and it continues to spread.
Well, you guys have been awesome. You've given me more time than I thought possible. So, Craig, it's always a pleasure. John, I'm your right-hand man, dude. I've got your back on this deal. This is going to be fun.
It's going to be a blast.
It is, without a doubt. Folks, there you have it. Another Beachside chat. We've been having a blast. Live life like it's an epic adventure. Stay dangerous, stay strong, and if you're in a home-based business, act like it.